Name and occupation?
Steve Hayward Farmer from Kamloops Fire and Rescue.
How long have you been a fireman?
12 years.
What made you decide to pursue a career in firefighting?
Well, I just like the team camaraderie and helping people. It's a good team environment and it kind of fits my personality.
What schools/programs did you go to?
Well, I grew up in Kamloops, so I went to Cam High and I did some trades at the University of College of the Cariboo, which is now TRU. And then I decided to do my fire academy, so I went to Texas. I did an online program while I was at work. I was working in the forest industry at the time. And I also had to get my Class 1, and I did that through driver training in Kamloops. I did my first responder course through Valley First Aid for occupational level 3. And yeah, that's about it. And then a whole bunch of other like work experience stuff to get on before that, just volunteering and everything else. Yep.
Alrighty, and besides putting out fires, what other tasks do you do?
We do lots of other tasks. We go on medical calls. We'll help anybody whenever they call. So it could be car accidents, rope rescue, ice rescue, anything like that. So fires are a small part of what we do. There could be a number of different things you do any given day.
And is there anything I should focus on to become a firefighter?
I would just focus on being a good person to start, and then just work hard, try and get all of your courses and volunteer as much as you can. Just always go the extra mile and try and get as much of your resume built up as possible before you get here, and then you can learn a lot of skills while you're here. But yeah, just pay attention to all the stuff that you're taught along the way, and everybody that you meet along the way is going to teach you something different. So try and accept as much knowledge and information that you can along the way.
Alrighty, and last question, what is your favorite thing about being a fireman?
Favorite thing, I guess, would be just the team environment that you have and the camaraderie you have with all the people that you work with. We have a vast amount of different people that we work with throughout our careers, and it's an enjoyable place to come. Also, just enjoy helping people when they're having their worst day. So that's kind of what we're here for, right? So yeah, lots of different things that I enjoy about the job, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much. Name and occupation?
Brad, firefighter.
How long have you been a fireman?
12 years.
What made you decide to pursue a career in firefighting?
Tough one. I just think ever since I was little, wanted to be a firefighter, so I just kind of pursued that throughout high school and then became a firefighter.
What schools/programs did you go to?
I went to College of the Rockies, which is in Cranbrook in BC, and then after that I went to paramedic school, and that was in Parksville on the island.
And what other tasks besides putting out fires do firefighters do?
Save kittens out of trees and clean up a lot of garbage.
Is there anything I should focus on to become a fireman?
I just think being a well-rounded citizen and doing your volunteering would be huge.
Alrighty, and last but not least, what is your favorite thing about being a fireman?
I just think the camaraderie with everyone in the hall, just hanging out with all your buds all the time, is really good.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Name and occupation?
Kurt Torbaum, firefighter.
Alrighty, and how long have you been a fireman?
4 years.
And what made you decide to pursue a career in firefighting?
I just like the idea of living in or helping out the community I live in, and the job seemed like it would be a lot of fun, and I like the camaraderie that goes along with it.
Alrighty, and what schools/programs did you go to?
I did my firefighting in Texas at a school called Training Division, which is a Canadian company, and then all my first aid I think I did through St. John's Ambulance.
Alrighty, and besides putting out fires, what other tasks do you do?
Most of our calls are medicals, so we go to I think about 70 to 80% are medicals, and then we would go to a lot of car accidents, and then around here we have a lot of rescues, like rope rescues, boat rescues, and things like that.
And is there anything I should focus on to become a fireman?
I would say keep just good volunteer will help your resume stand out, helping out in the community, and then keep your record clean, and just stay in
Alrighty.
shape, and
That's the plan. What is your favorite thing about being a fireman?
I like working with the guys. It's a blast coming to work every day. It's a great group of guys. It's like a big family, and it's honestly just a great place to work and hang out.
Alrighty. Well, that's everything. Thank
Awesome.
you very much.
Yeah, you bet.
Alrighty. Name and occupation.
Firefighter, Mika Swaminen.
How long have you been a fireman?
I have been a career firefighter for almost 10 years with Kamloops, and I was an auxiliary paid on call for almost 10 years prior to that.
What made you to decide to be a firefighter for your career?
My dad had friends that were firefighters when I was growing up, so I was introduced to the occupation when I was in high school, so I had an idea of what the job entailed. And then I took a high school career program in grade 12 that went pretty in depth into what the job was about, and I got to experience parts of the job through that. So.
Alrighty, and you've already talked about that program. What schools and any other programs did you go to?
Well, I did the grade 12 program, which was, I think it was one semester, and then I got hired as an auxiliary right out of high school, so I was kind of lucky in that I didn't actually have to physically go to like a fire school. I did all my training through the Justice Institute, which is in Maple Ridge, but I was able to do it in-house. So I was lucky in two ways. I didn't have to travel, and it was also paid, and I got paid to do it. So I was pretty fortunate that way.
Alrighty. Besides putting out fires, what other tasks do you do?
Well, the fire calls are actually a fairly small percentage of it. We go to a lot of medical calls. We go to MVIs. We go to burning complaints. A lot of miscellaneous calls, water rescue calls, rope calls, ice rescue calls. I think I said that. Yeah, I think that's covered most of it.
Is there anything I should focus on to become a firefighter?
There's not really like a clear set path to become a firefighter. There's prerequisites, like, so if you're specific to certain departments, you could probably go on those web pages of like the cities, and you could find out what the minimum requirements are, and obviously focus on those. But in general, I would say most departments will want you to have your firefighter NFPA level 1 and 2, which is like your common fire school program. So that's a good one to do. A lot of them seem to want to either have a trade or a couple years in working in a trade, or say 30 credits of post-secondary education. So I think they want to see that you're able to, like, you know, stick with a program and complete it. What else? Every department's a little bit different. I know Kamloops, like, they want your boater's license mainly. What else does Kamloops want? Your class 4, your class 3 driver's license. You need your class 3 to, like, with air brakes to drive the fire trucks. And then your class 4, sometimes you have to drive an ambulance. I'm trying to think what else. Any others, like, that's sort of the minimum, like that's the bare minimum. So anything above that, like volunteering is great. Like if you have experience coaching, working with kids, that's a big one. And then any other specialty like course is great, like swift water, high angle, confined space. There's any hazmat tech, like there's so many different courses that would, again, add check marks to your application. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And last question, what is your favorite thing about being a fireman?
What is my favorite thing? It's a tough one, because I really like the job. I like everything about it. There's a lot of positive things. I mean, the guys we work with are awesome. So like the working environment is great. I mean, you're working with your friends. The work schedule is really nice, especially when you have a family. You get to see your family quite often, even though you work night shifts, which can be difficult. Obviously, the job itself, like being able to work in your community and be a positive influence in your community, and the job is very dynamic. Each day can be completely different from other days, depending on the types of calls you go on. You kind of have to be kind of a jack of all trades in some respect. Like, yeah, there's a lot of great things. I don't know what my favorite is.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much.